A lot of people talk about getting a job, getting into a better relationship or new relationship, getting that dream house. But the truth is, when we want to bring something into our life that is greater than we've experienced before, the change comes from the inside. It's important that we transform and become the person welcoming the new job in, the new relationship, the new dream house. Hi, I'm Jessica Ozrek. Thank you so much for joining us at Empowering Creatives to Live Their Dreams. And my mission here is to equip creative and marketing professionals, leaders in the industry with tools to help navigate challenges in an empowering way. So I remember a few years ago waking up every morning around 7 or 8 o'clock a.m. and already feeling like I was behind in my day. And what I really wanted was a quiet moment in the morning for myself where I could have some me time and meditate, maybe even exercise, and then be prepared for when my children woke up in the morning and I got to get them ready. So I didn't get a new routine. I became the person waking up at 5:30 a.m., doing my 10-minute exercise, taking a cold shower, meditating, setting my intention for the day, and then waking up my children at their wake up time to get ready for school. So this is the focus that we're going to be doing today. And it's so important because so many of us talk about getting, right? And we think that changing things on the outside is about working harder, pushing to results, and then we can get that job, right? If we make enough applications, if we change our resume the right way, if we show up at the right locations, then we'll meet the right person. Or if we work hard enough and save enough money, then we get that dream house. And although working and taking action is a huge part of bringing in the life that we would love, another very important part and the most important part is the transformation within ourselves, especially if it's sustainable results, right? We may land a dream job, but if we're not the person that is ready or is a match for that dream job, it's not going to last very long. That's the same true with relationships, with our health, time and money freedom. And so I'd really like to invite you to take a moment to pause, to really let go of all your distractions right now. And if you can, I would like to invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth like you're breathing through a straw. Can you feel the calm? Keep breathing in that way, in through your nose, out through your mouth, like you're breathing through a straw. And continue to breathe in that manner. And if you can continue to keep your eyes closed. And I invite you to really think about what is one area of your life that you would love to improve? And what is one dream that is really heavy on your heart right now? It's really getting your attention. It just keeps coming into your mind. Something that you would love to bring into your life. And I want you to take a few moments now and really give it some attention, some details. Who are you with? What kind of conversations are you having? How are you feeling? And suspend any disbelief. Suspend, trying to figure out how you're going to make this happen. Just give yourself permission to dream and to dream big. All right, one more deep breath in the nose, out through the mouth, And for those of you whose eyes are closed, let's gently open up our eyes. All right, so that is what you're calling in. And so we don't want to get that, because when we're going after something and trying to get it, it's almost like grasping something that keeps moving. Okay. So it's not about the effort. It's about aligning with and becoming the person living in that dream. And I love to use the example of going to college. Okay. Or maybe you got on a athletic team, anything that you wanted to do as far as achieving, because not everybody goes to college, but for those who did go to college. Now, what did you do before? You imagined yourself doing it, right? For college, you went around, you learned about the schools most likely, you went to the campus, you imagined yourself walking around. Did it feel good? And you found what you would love, right? And that was your first choice college. And you imagined yourself. You could see yourself walking around, and you would feel that excitement and joy that you would imagine being in that experience. And then what happened? One day you were that college student. You became that college student, walking around campus, having those conversations, taking those classes. And so that's exactly what it is to bring our dream into reality. So when we're in that get mindset of, I got to get this, I got to get that, and why isn't it here? And we're actually pushing it away. We're actually focusing on what we don't have. And in this way, we create resistance and misalignment. Some common signs that happen to identify if you're in that get mindset, you're going to use the word get. And I'm not talking about, oh, I get to take my kids to school. There's one phrase now that people are, instead of saying, I have to take my kids to school, right? I get to take my kids to school, or I have to make my bed. I get to make my bed. I get to clean my big, beautiful house, whatever it is. I'm not referring to that use of the word. I'm talking about wanting to bring something into your life that you don't have. And so some common signs of having that get mindset is obsessing over outcomes, and not in a way of visualization. So that's what I would recommend you do, is anytime you feel contractive and have thoughts around, oh man, I really want that job. I really want to pay my bills. Why can't I find that job? We want to pause ourselves, do the breathing that I just introduced to you today, right? In through your nose, out through your mouth, like you're breathing through a straw. And then going to that vision that you just went to when you closed your eyes. And really focusing on, how does it feel? What am I doing? What kind of conversations am I having, right? And when you're in that visualization, ideas are going to come to you, because ideas are the first currency of the universe. And so when you're in that higher vibration of visualizing it happening, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. And so as you really bring energy to that vision, you bring images, feeling tone, then that's going to help your vibration match that of the dream. And you're going to start receiving ideas. And I invite you to write those down, schedule them, and serve them. Because once you schedule and serve, that's like cashing in those ideas, which is going to create momentum and is going to start bringing people, resources, more ideas. And that is going to help you transform to become the person living in that dream and welcoming in that dream. And so if you're trying to get something, you're unconsciously affirming you don't already have it. And so when you put your attention there, then that pushes it away. But when you put your attention on experiencing the dream now, then that helps you to align, not misalign. So what else can we do with the becoming mindset, right? So everything starts with your thoughts. And so this is your beliefs and your thoughts, and those create your feelings, which create your actions, which ultimately create your results. And so there's a beautiful phrase that says we can never outgrow our self-image. We don't attract what we want. We attract who we are. And that's why it's so important to make those transformations. So we really want to pay attention to the thoughts that we're having, because if we're thinking, oh, I'm never going to live in that neighborhood. Gosh, I don't deserve to live in that kind of house. I don't, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. We want to replace those thoughts with more empowering thoughts, because as we have more empowering thoughts, we're going to have more empowering feelings, and then we're going to take more empowering actions. And as we feel better, as we look at ourselves in the mirror and actually say, wow, you're looking good today, right? Instead of, oh gosh, I look like I haven't gotten any sleep, right? It's like we want to see ourselves and be in awe at the beautiful person that we are. And we want to be proud of ourselves every time we take inspired action, especially when we're taking inspired action when we don't feel like it or when we're feeling afraid, right? And so as we start to do this and we start taking action, even when we're feeling afraid and we're feeling proud of ourselves, our self-image slowly, steadily grows and we build momentum. And so it really all starts with our thoughts. And when we're talking about a vibration, it's very similar to a radio signal, right? You can see this as you go to like Sirius radio, or if you turn on your TV, you just change the channel and you get a completely different experience. This is same with your own frequency. Everything is energy, everything is vibrating, and the better self-image, the better the thoughts, the more we can really acknowledge our wins and celebrate our wins, we're going to increase our vibration and we're going to change our experience with life. All right. I really invite you to start implementing these tools today. And so some of the tools that you can do is asking yourself, who is the person living in my dream? What are they doing? What actions are they taking? How are they talking? How are they dressing? And if you want support on this, you're welcome to click the link below and set up a free complimentary information session with me. And another thing you can do in the morning is ask yourself, how would the next level me show up today? In the evening, it's important to reflect. Where did I align with my future self today? And where can I shift myself to be more aligned with my future self tomorrow, right? Because we're a work in progress. So we always want to be self-reflecting, taking our lessons from today and applying it to tomorrow. So those are some wonderful things that you can do in your life right now to start changing your thoughts and getting better results. And I also recommend you clicking on this video and watching this video next to learn additional tools and grow your awareness to really be able to bring in a life that you love. You can do it. I believe in you.